morning. It's very early in the morning. It's 7:13 here in Japan, and today is my ninth day of Advent calendar. Today's topic is the New Year in Japan, and I actually don't have much time today, so I'm just going to talk about good morning. I'm gonna talk about because I had a couple of questions like since I talked about how we celebrate Christmas in Japan. Christmas is more of a foreign culture for us. I mean, we adopted. おはようございます。We are adopted to the culture of celebrating Christmas, and we do Christmas presents and Christmas tree. And then yesterday I did the regular horizontal live stream, and I went to a kind of hidden little secret Christmas market in Azabudai Hills, and so people who go to that direction usually go to Roppongi, or I think there is one in Shinjuku area as well. The couples go on dates on Christmas Eve. Yeah. So Christmas is more like for Japanese people. It's kind of like a couple thing and not family thing. So family don't get together, and we are not off from work nor school. So unless the Christmas day is on weekends, we go to school, we go to work, and it's just a regular day. So Christmas Eve, well, it's evening, so everybody can plan something. So on Christmas Eve, we typically have dinner together. If you have a family with little kids, then yeah, so it's going to be kind of like a family thing, but it's not. You don't include relatives or anything, just like your family, right? And if you are not married, if you don't have a family, then you would usually go out with either friends or mostly couples. So with a good boyfriend, girlfriend, like eat out, and yeah. So that's Christmas Eve. And so for I want to talk about guess how we celebrate New Year's, because I think we treat New Year's like the Westerns celebrate Christmas. So good morning. So it's gonna be really quick because I have early morning today. I really have to get going soon. So why don't we start out with a Advent calendar? Today is 9th. Oh, we're getting something little big today. Here we go. I think a lot of people are still working. I'm too early today. It's gonna be chill morning. Here we go. Again. Oops. Ta-da! Early bird catches the bigger worm. The bigger worm is a bear. I think I had bear. I had the green bear. And then I got red bear. I'm on day 8 right now. Yeah. So Japan is one of the earliest country, one of the country that's pretty much ahead of other world. The line is right on the Pacific Ocean, right? So okay, so I got green bear and red bear. How about you go over here, and then you go over here. So it's getting more like a Christmas tree. Akakuma. Yep, I got Akakuma today. There's a... So, except including the traffic light, I think if you want to say this one Akakuma, I think this is gonna be Aokuma na Midorikuma. I don't know. Japanese old old Japanese people, a long time ago, Japanese people didn't. I don't know if they didn't recognize or like green wasn't a color back then, or they knew the difference but they just called it anyway. But this is ao, but this is also ao. So we don't say green light, it's ao shingo, right? Is KFC a thing at Christmas? That's what I hear. I don't eat KFC. I probably had KFC maybe once or twice in my entire life. But yeah, Akaoni and Aoni, right? So I think in that story, Akaoni is completely red, and then Aoni is a completely blue, not green. But we usually use Aka and Ao, not Aka and Midori. Yeah, so traffic lights with the red light, yellow light, and then blue light, not green light in Japanese. I don't know when we start using the word green, but traditionally, yeah, blue. The tree's looking good. Yeah, no, it's more like a Christmas tree now. The Christmas market that I went yesterday looked like they had the real Christmas tree, but I don't know it's like a real Christmas tree, but like that, you know, the ones that you use for Christmas, or because I don't think it's almost impossible to get the actual Christmas tree in Japan. So maybe they're just like using random tree and then decorate it and then call it a Christmas tree. So not sure. But anyway, so today we want to talk about a Japanese traditional New Year's holiday. So, as I was saying, Christmas is more like a foreign culture that we accepted long time ago, and we just hang out with friends and mostly couples. So we have like Bochi Christmas, so it's like Christmas alone, and then people make fun of them because that means if you are alone on Christmas Day, that means you don't have any, um, boyfriends or girlfriends, right? And New Year's in Japan is we traditionally used to make a kind of like a big bento box, 3 layers of them called osechi, and that had all the food that should last for 3 days, from the first to the 3rd of January. And the reason why is because traditionally all the stores were closed on those 3 days. So even if you want to get some food, no stores open. And well, it's long time ago, so they didn't have any refrigerator or anything to keep the food cold enough so they don't go bad. So they pre-cook everything and they put it in a little bento looking kind of box for the entire family, and they slowly eat throughout those 3 days. And then each dish in that bento box has a meaning, like that you would it kind of like a blessing for the next the new year. So like for example, like long life, or um, like you would get enough food to survive, you would get enough money to survive, and if you if you like you would get many children, healthy children, something like that. Okay, hold on. Okay, so but lately, well, supermarkets and all the stores are open from January 1st. And actually, though the department stores and shopping malls start doing this Hatsuri. So before Hatsuri, like first time of the like uh, first day of the sale of the year is like a big, like big bargain, right? and people line up for it. But usually that used to be the 4th of January. Good morning. Oh, I just woke up. Are you in like Australia area? It has to be like, same time zone as Japan, right? If you just woke up. Um, then, then what do we do? So we usually line up for that, and then they usually have the fukubukuro. So it's cheap, but you can't really see inside. You can choose the store, so you kind of know the tastes of whatever the clothing or anything that you want to get. But it's cheap because you can't see inside. You don't know what you're going to get. And do you make New Year's resolutions and the first shrine visit to the new year? Yes, we do. My family is lazy, so we never done it. But a lot of people wants to go out on the New Year's Eve, and then they go to the destination. I just joined your Patreon. Oh, thank you, Dominic. And we would see the sunrise, the first sunrise on January 1st. And then we visit shrine or temple if you're Buddhist. And then, well, you just line up for the main building to do the, like, ringing the bell and then throw some coins in and then make a wish. No, I don't like amazake. and then some people do the omikuji fortune telling, and so fortune telling, depending on the place, how you do it is different. Sometimes you have like a really big wooden box with sticks in it, and then you shake, and then you get the you get a little, how can I say, little stick, and it's got number on it, and then you have to draw get the fortune telling from the little drawer that has the same number. And yeah, amazake is too, how can I say, too sweet for me. Too sweet, and I don't like the texture of the mochi. I mean the mochi rice. Mochi rice, is it mochi rice or regular rice? I don't know. And Japanese do not celebrate Lunar New Year. No, not Chinese. So I guess so like, there are two types of people who go out on New Year's Day and then who stay inside on New Year's Day. And well, it's not like mochi inside of amazake. It's just the rice. Mochi is made from rice, but we have two different rice: mochi gome and mochi rice. Okay, here we go. You have any other Christmas decoration? No, I don't. I think it's mochi rice. Okay. So this is how you know that how much I don't really drink amazake. If I have to, I do, but like that's not my go-to drink. A lot of people like it. And it says sake, but it doesn't have alcohol, so children can drink it. But I guess for children the big thing is otoshidama. So they can get a New Year allowance on the day, the first day, or maybe you will visit your relatives on the second or third. And what is your go-to drink? Coffee. And also we drink. Well, if you're legal age, you would drink sake, like regular sake, on the during the New Year's Day. So we call it otoso or something. And yeah, so most of the time, dads are all drunk during the New Year's holiday because they're off, right? And then kids go around the relatives, grandparents, aunts and uncles, and they get a little envelope. and it has like a little bit of money inside. And depending on the age, I guess, like we started from like having like 500 coins to if you are old enough, maybe like if you are getting to university or something, and then you get like $100, right? Something kind of big. And depending on the family size, if you have a big family and the grandparents have to get a give the money to all the children, all the grandchildren. So they don't want to give away $100 per person, right? But I had a really small family, so we were like me and my two of my brothers are only kids that they had an entire family, so they would spend a little bit more money than they usually do. And as a kid, my family tradition was to go to a toy store, and we are allowed to buy one toy. And then the other goes into saving. But interestingly, my parents had a really interesting parenting tactic that while all the other parents that I know from my childhood would take away all the otoshidama from the kids and then put into the bank, and they would say like, oh, we are saving the money for your college, or we are saving that for something emergency, and we don't want you to use all of it, right? And but my family, they never really take away our money. They just tell us that you take good care of that money, and we never had any allowance from our parents. So we kind of had to, that forced us to kind of communicate with my parents, saying like, hey, I need this for school. Can I go and buy this because my friends have it? So every time I want something, everything is like a negotiation. Everything was the conversation, right? And then of course, like sometimes my parents say no, sometimes they say yes, and so it was not as smooth as I want it to be, because every time is a negotiation. It's good morning, Tennessee, go to Berry. It's too early. I am way too early today, but I have to leave soon, so it's a very, very quick live stream. But so my parents kind of knew that they disciplined us good enough that we don't spend our money on something that they don't approve or without telling them. So they just say every year that when we get the otoshidama money, that okay, so I forgot to turn off the, oops, hopefully no one's gonna call. I forgot to turn on the, oh, good morning, dog. Go to Berry. Yeah, I was way too early. I don't see that many regulars. So I think like 8:30, close to 9 is the best time, right, for everyone. But I gotta leave soon, so I'm just squeezing in my morning advent calendar. I got a red bear akakuma today. And so yeah, so once I had like $1,000 in my wallet as like 10-year-old, but I never used it. And so like the only time that I use that money is when my mom tells that like, okay, there's a festival going on nearby, like if you want to get something you can get your allowance and buy something, right? But then that kind of teaches you how important the money is, because you know how much each game at the festival, like at the like food stall type of like game, like shooting game and whatnot, cost, and then also each food would cost, and how expensive it is compared to supermarkets or any other places. And so you will be very, very, like my parents never had to tell us like, okay, you can only play one game or you can only get one snack or anything, because it's coming from our pockets, right? And so we naturally think what will be the most valuable thing that we can find in that area. So we go like around like once, twice, three times, and then decide on like what we want to get. So we never had like any argument or like, you know, like my parents had to scold them or anything. Yeah, so yeah, Miss Parenting Award. Yay. Congrats, my parents. But yeah, so going back to New Year's holiday, that I think most of school has winter break from the 26th of December. So 25th is the last. And then have a good day. And then I think the I was gonna say parents. Most of the adults, unless you were doing some sort of customer service, like you know store staff or anything related to that, then you have to work throughout the New Year's holidays. I've done once as a part-time worker, but otherwise you have a break from 29th. So 28th is your last work day, and then 29th through the 3rd is your holiday. And so most of the people would go back to their parents' house, I mean like grandparents' house, on the 29th or the night of 28th. And Ohio, go to Mary. Hi Kyle, happy Monday. And then yeah, they would spend, well probably they usually spend a couple days at like for example dad's side of grandparents house, and then they move on to mom's side of parents house, and they usually visit both too so that the kids can collect their otoshidama. And yeah, so I think somebody said it earlier that on the 31st we would eat toshikoshi soba. So it has to be soba, not udon or ramen or anything. It has to be soba. I don't know why it's not somen, but the reason why it's soba is because it's very thin, and the Japanese people tend to be modest, I guess. So if you eat udon is really thick. So you want to have like a very thick, rich life. And but if it's soba, it's very thin. So you would get the minimum of whatever you need to survive, and then you would have thin and a long life. So that's usually the Japanese traditional mindset. Usually we say like thin and long, or fat, thick, and short. So not so many people believe in that you would get the rich, or you would get a tons of food, you would get everything you want, and that you would able to survive long term. You would think that like if you have all of that you need so much, and then you would have a short life. So sorry I'm late, I didn't get the live notification. That's okay, that's okay. Not a problem. I'm doing in a really weird timing as well. So I don't know how the notification usually work on YouTube. I don't know, I guess it's just very random. So I'm not depending on that. I know that it'll give you a notification if I schedule the live stream maybe, but still it's not like for everyone. So anyway, I'm glad that you were able to join. Anything else? Oh, we eat. It's all food, but like we eat. Aside from the osechi bento box, we eat ozoni. It's a soup. It's not miso soup, but because it doesn't have miso in it. Um, some prefecture has miso. I think it was like Aichi, Nagoya, or something. But otherwise, we don't have miso in it, and we have a lot of like vegetables and sometimes like fish or meat, and along with the main food is mochi. So you have mochi and a soup, and you eat that. Um, usually plain mochi, but some prefecture put anko mochi. So yeah. Bell ringing for the countdown from all of the jinja. It's actually not jinja, it's temple. Jinja, I don't think they would do that. The bell's supposed to be not really a countdown. It's I'm pretty sure it's 88 times. 98? I can't remember. 99? 88? I can't remember. But in some religion, probably it's temple, so it's Buddhism, I believe. But they believe that every person has either 88 sins or 99 sins or whatever. And so each of the strike or is supposed to cancel the your like your sin, something like that. So yeah, like it's not as strong as like any other religions, because it's Japan, most of people are atheists. So even if it's coming from the story is coming from certain religion, like me, we don't really know, and we just know like, okay, so then naturally like each person has like how many sins or how many dark thinking or whatever, dark soul, I don't know. And then it's supposed to, before the new year comes, we are supposed to kind of clean our mind and start a fresh new year, something like that. So yeah, you would hear that like dun dun kind of sound throughout the night, and you even seen it on TV as well if you turn it to like NHK or something. That was the other thing. Like until recently, like NHK usually have the singing battle thing, like called Kohaku Utagasen. So boys becomes the white team, and then girls becomes the red team, because red and a white supposed to be a something celebration for Japan. Kohaku, that's like always like, it's like a celebration. And then um, they sing songs that were popular for that year, and they just like vote which one wins and whatnot. But NHK being such a bully to all the Japanese citizens, and the law has changed, and now so many people no longer wants to watch NHK. So I guess less and less people are watching NHK now. But yeah, so that's like that used to be a tradition for most of the household. Anything else? Bonenkai. Bonenkai. I guess from people who never done Bonenkai, it sounds really cool, but a lot of Japanese people actually hate Bonenkai. Um, like drinking with your friends and families. Well, we don't really do Bonenkai for families, but like mostly friends. That's fun. That's fun drinking. Like it's just like excuse to get drunk, right? But bonenka usually refer to ones that you would do with your boss, and all the like the colleagues, and also you have to do with your customers. And so what you end up doing is that you are serving to other people. So you can't really relax and then enjoy and the food and a drink and then get drunk and all that. It's more like you have to like you have to suck up to your boss, you have to suck up to your senpai, you have to suck up to your customer. So and then it usually it's crammed into like one season, and you have bonenkai back to back to back to back, and then but still you have to do the regular work. And so a lot of people hate it, and the Bonenkai trend kind of like died down because of the COVID, and so now like they do Bonenkai among friends, but I think a lot of companies try not to do Bonenkai, especially Gen Z, so are making big huge deal like making a huge deal out of like why do we have to go to Bonenkai if we are forced to go to Bonenkai and it's supposed to be a work, so we should be get paid. And yeah, it kind of makes sense. Kind of makes sense. Konbanwa. So yeah, I don't go to any modern boarding guy whatsoever because that's the one reason why I have my own company, right? I don't do that kind of, I don't force that to my staff. If I ever do anything, I would just say, hey, I give you like this certificate. Grab anyone that you actually like and then use company money for Bonenkai. The reason why like companies trying to do Bonenkai is because they can count that as an expense. If they support their food and drink fee for that company, and they can count as business expense. And depending on the company size and how much money profit they are making for the year, but that's one of the one reason that they can spend a bunch of money and then make it official. And for me, it's like, and then like for CEO and whatnot, unless you are actually involved in that Bonenka, you cannot use your personal like drinking money as a company's expense, right? So that's why just because the CEO or those executives want to be treated special from their underlings, and they still want to drink a lot of drink a lot and eat a lot while they can use all of that money as expense, and that's it. So anyway, but I don't want to do that, so I was just like, if I would, yeah, I would just give certificate or like gift or something, gift card or something instead. All right, so I really have to go, and I will see you tomorrow. I hope I can do at the regular time, so like I can interact with many of you guys. But thank you for joining. I know like you just joined because it's 7:45, and then that's something that like that works for most of the people. I know like 9 is the golden time, 9:10, but I just had to leave early today, so I just squeezed in. But yeah, so thank you for joining, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye bye.